From the Comanche Nation Entertainment First Alert 6 Storm Tracker. And I'm currently en route driving down 287 towards Henrietta. I'm going to go into Clay County. Some storms are tracking over that way. These are not tornadic thunderstorms. These are hail-producing thunderstorms. If you watched my Facebook Lives earlier this afternoon, I talked about how this would mostly be a hail threat, and that is indeed what it is thus far. So far, the storms that you're seeing on the radar here are behaving themselves, and it doesn't look too bad at this particular time. So that is certainly some good news. If you do get underneath these thunderstorms this afternoon, the main threat, the main concern, again, will be just some hail threats. Now, some of the hail could be perhaps up to the size of nickels, maybe quarters. With some of these storms, if we could get some storms to get a little bit stronger, then they might start producing some bigger hail. But as of right now, I'm still not seeing any signs that is at least the case as of right now. But we are watching the situation closely. So far, these storms are not showing any signs of rotation. And as I was talking about earlier this afternoon, or earlier today, and I was doing a Facebook Live from my home office there, I was talking about how these storms did not have access to a lot of what we call low-level wind shear. And in order for storms to produce tornadoes and a lot of rotation, they really got to have a way to spin. That spin has to have a way to reach down to the Earth's surface, and we're just not seeing a lot of that at this time. So as I'm traveling along on 287, I'm in the storm tracker this afternoon. Austin is in the studio there, keeping an eye on things. We didn't think it was going to be too bad. If it were going to be something that was real bad, of course, I would have been in the station there, and I would have been where I could, or I would cover things from that point of view. But as you can see, I'm just driving along 287 at this time. Just kind of taking my time here, not driving too fast. Nothing is urgent. But some of these storms that are moving out of Archer County and out of Young County, those areas, they are now moving to the northeast, and they're headed towards Henrietta, Clay County, Bowie, Monte County. You're also seeing some storms. Garrett James is down there in Jacksboro, and he said about a short while ago, about 1.5 inches hail fell out of some of those storms down that way. So I'm in progress, headed towards Henrietta at this time, and we'll see what happens as far as any storm activity goes. The skies are certainly a lot darker, kind of off into that direction there. That base, though, looks pretty high up. That does not look like a very low base at this time. But my goal is to try to get on the other side of that thunderstorm area there, so we can see what the storms look like and see the structure, and see if they indeed are producing anything in terms of severe elements. As of right now, I don't see a lot other than just some hailstones that are trying to develop with these storms. And as you can see, they are moving out of Clay County, and they are moving or into Clay County now, just kind of south of Lake Arrowhead. It looks like they're going to be moving over Lake Arrowhead shortly. There's some more thunderstorms moving through Wichita Falls. Just some downpours. If my wife is watching, which I don't know that she is, you'll need to shut the door because because we're about to get some rain there in Lakeside City. Shut the dog window. I'm getting to a vantage point where I can see off in the distance a little bit better here. And right now, I'm kind of, I think I'm just now on the outside of, I'm just about to be on the outside of Wichita Falls. There's Foundation RV. And I'll be moving into Clay County here shortly as I make my way to the east here along Interstate 287. I'm not going to be able to answer questions because what I'm doing here, everything here is hands-free. I'm not using anything that requires me to utilize my hands and take my attention away from the road, in case you're wondering. But there's the thunderstorm that I'm kind of looking at right now from the storm tracker. Not very often do I get to go out in the tracker and get to actually look at storms and whatnot. But I thought, hey, Austin's in there today. This would be a good opportunity for me to be able to get out and not only take a look at the storms, but also take a look at, get a chance to get the storm tracker out some. So, that's kind of what I'm doing as we drive. Again, nothing tornadic with these thunderstorms. These are just hail-producing storms. I'm not in a situation where I can really analyze a lot of radar data, but I am pulling over from time to time, and I am able to look at it a little more in detail. But again, I'm moving along 287. I'm into Clay County now, and I'm headed towards Henrietta at this time. I'm en route chasing the little severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect now for Clay County. This is the warning's in effect for hail-producing storms. That's what the warning is there for. The warning does include Wichita Falls as well, or at least the southeastern part of the city. There could be some small hail there, but the larger hail is going to be with the storms. They're kind of down near Lake Arrowhead and moving northeast at this time, and kind of headed towards Henrietta. There's some storms towards Bowie and Jacksboro, those areas. Nothing tornadic right now. Last time I looked, the radar did not show any signs of rotation with any of these thunderstorms. So that is certainly some good news this afternoon. Well, a lot of good bit of severe weather going on, and we really kind of thought that would be the case this afternoon. We thought we would see some. These are not even, wouldn't even say these are really supercells. These are what we call multi-cells. They're not quite organized yet. There's a lot of them out there. There's storms that stretch from the west side of Fort Worth all the way into Wichita Falls, and those little orange or yellow boxes you see, those are severe thunderstorm warnings that include Archer, Clay, southeast Wichita County. And we're also seeing some severe thunderstorm warnings from Jacksboro into Wise County, and includes a Bowie. Looks like the storms in Bowie have weakened quite a bit. Maybe a little bit of a supercell trying to develop on the south end of some of that activity, kind of southeast of Henrietta. We'll be in position to catch that shortly. Hopefully we don't run into any huge hailstones, which I'm not really anticipating that. I will do my best to keep this vehicle out of any big hail producing situations. Maybe some small hail, but big hail probably not. I don't think that my general manager would be too happy with me if I brought the tracker back and it had hail dents all in it, especially since we're about to do the April version of the Storm Tracker Tour this week. That gets kicked off this week. So, but again, I'm en route. I'm headed to Clay County. I'm headed through Clay County, driving through Henrietta at this time. And you may wonder why I am storm tracking from the tracker. Is because, we were really not thinking today was going to be a huge severe weather situation. Just some hailers, low wind threat of a tornado or two here or there. So, we thought it'd be a chance to get me out in the tracker a little bit, do a little storm tracking. I'm not going to go too far away from home. I'm going to kind of stay kind of in this general area between here and Bowie. The good stuff, or the stronger stuff, might be towards, might be kind of towards the kind of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex this afternoon. That might be where the stronger activity is located, but mostly up our way is just going to be some hail-producing thunderstorms. So that's what we are dealing with. That is what we're watching. And I do appreciate you watching me here on the stream. I'm trying to stream to News Channel 6, so hopefully that's going through there too. I am on YouTube. I'm on all kind of things these days. I'm on YouTube. I'm on, what else? Twitch, Troview, or whatever it's called, Trovo. Twitter. I'm on all kind of social media sites these days, just trying to make sure we get the word out there. That's my number one priority, is to help get the word out there, help spread the education, help prevent and keep people from getting storm anxiety. So hopefully you're watching me this afternoon on one of my platforms here. Looks like most of everybody's watching me from Facebook, but it may be that I'm only posting from Facebook Live from the News Channel 6 side of things, but I don't know. Like I say, I'm not in position to really be able to kind of check that out really. So, but I'm en route to Henrietta. It looks like I'm not too far away from Henrietta now. I'll switch sources here so you can kind of see where I'm at. But I'm not too far away from Henrietta at this time. I'm driving eastbound along 287 here. I'm just passing some of these little stores that are on the side of the road on 287. About to cross the Little Wichita River. I'm just north of Lake Arrowhead on 287. But as you can see, the skies are pretty dark at this time. The core of the thunderstorm area is kind of back that way. Some trees are blocking it. I'm about to, and again, I think I'm about to pass the Henrietta exit now. I'm going to keep driving through. I'm going to drive through Henrietta and kind of head towards Bowie. That's kind of the plan at this time. Is kind of try to get down there towards Bowie some, and from there, then I can kind of maybe keep an eye on things and kind of see what's going on. So between Henrietta and Bowie is where I'm headed at this time. Thank you all for following me, and periodically I am able to check over at questions. I do see your comments. I do see we've had some small hail there off Jacksboro Highway. We had some small hail here and there in Wichita Falls. So that's what we're expecting with that part of the storm. The storm may produce some slightly bigger hailstones into parts of Clay County over here, from Henrietta over towards Bowie. So that's kind of the direction I'm headed. As you can see, the skies are dark. Nothing too ominous at this time. A little rain on the windshield. There's the storm, though. The darkest part of the cloud is kind of in there. So looks like it's a pretty dark cloud from here. It's been a long time since I've storm chased. Had a good storm chase anyway. So we'll try to get in position and see if we can get to where we can take a look at this thing a little bit better. I am seeing quite a few lightning strikes at this time. Mostly kind of behind me here. I kind of see a flash every once in a while. I'm going to turn the windshield wipers on. Kind of dirty there, so. Isn't it kind of cool, though, that we could do this, that we could stream live coverage these days? And, you know, if anything broke, I would probably be showing this on the News Channel 6 side of things, too. Got a lot of questions there. A lot of questions popping up all of a sudden there at once. I may have lost connection, I don't know. But I am now in Henrietta, or I'm just about to pass the big truck stop there, and about to pass the pecan shed. It has gotten noticeably darker here at this time. Noticeably darker. Luckily, I got good internet connection through here. But as I get on through, I'm going to stop and do some storm analysis, and I will, of course, I will continue to stream here so you can hear what I've got to say. In fact, I'm going to switch sources and go back over to the radar. And as that goes into motion, heavy rain moving through Wichita Falls now. Small hail there. Bigger hail perhaps headed towards Henrietta. So far, these storms do not appear to be supercellular in nature. I do not see rotation in them right now. But they could grow a little bit. These storms, to me, they look like they're kind of on a little bit of a warm front. You know, the tornado parameters are not incredibly strong today, though. They just aren't there. It may get a little better east of Dallas or down towards Dallas in those areas. But at least up our way, to me, the tornado parameters just aren't that high. I mean, it is definitely warm. It's definitely humid outside. Very, very humid, actually. Some of the most humid air I've felt so far this spring season. And we definitely have storms in the area. But I don't see, at least as of right now, I don't see a lot of spin in the lowest parts of the atmosphere. And I think that's probably what's seems to be helping us out as far as that goes. There's not a lot of low-level spin, a lot of the low-level turning. So maybe a little better east of us, but you know, nothing that looks like it's just too ominous at this time. So now down to we keep running between 130 and 140 viewers this afternoon here on Facebook Live and on my social media platforms. I don't even know if I have anybody watching me on YouTube or anybody watching me on Twitch today, or for that matter, I don't know if anybody watches me on Twitch anyway. I don't even know anything about Twitch, but you know, I decided I would try it out. Might as well be on everything, right? Because that's where it's at these days. Everything is on. Is streaming on social media, and if you are not streaming, you are missing out. You know, everything has changed so much since social media got involved in all of this. I mean, everything has changed with the cell phones, everything. I mean, yeah, no longer can you just wait, you know, and do a cut in on TV or or wait and give breaking information. You really got to be on top of it and give it right away. And let's face it, people like to see video. So, that's why we're out here in the storm tracker today. They like to see the video. So that's what we're doing. These storms, these cloud bases look a little bit high to me. I wouldn't think they'd be elevated. I mean, we got plenty moisture in place. So I don't know. I don't even see, just kind of sitting here, I don't even see a lot of spin or a lot of turn in the air with it. Of course, I'm not really sitting in a place where I can do a lot of analyzation yet. I want to get, and the rain is picking up some here, but I want to get to a place where I'm about to see a lot of heavy rain. A lot of heavy rain's about to move over me here soon. I'm east of Henrietta, and that whole cluster's about to move over me here in just a second. I think I'm going to stop and do a little storm analysis. It looks like I've got a bit of a turn off here, so I can kind of give an idea. I just don't know that I can get back on if I get off here, so that's the thing. And obviously I can't take my eyes off the road. That's not safe, and I'm not going to do that. Nice lightning strike there, but I do need to get to a place where I can look at the radar and kind of give myself an idea of what's going on with everything. So give me a minute and I will stop. And again, in Wichita Falls, heavy rain over the city now. Maybe some small hail there. In fact, I don't really see anything that shows signs of real large hail anywhere in our area this afternoon. These are mostly just small hail producers. That's mostly what they are. So I'm about to stop whenever I can and kind of take a peek at the radar, so I'll kind of have an idea on where I stand right now, on where I need to go, and kind of give you an idea too of what's going on. So that's kind of what I'm trying to do at this time, but I got to find myself a nice safe place to pull over on. We got safety first. That's the number one thing. When we're out storm chasing, the number one thing that we do is safety first. That's the number one thing that we preach. Storms will be storms. We'll worry about them, but we got to be safe. Keep everybody safe on the road. Keep ourselves safe on the road. Don't want to get anybody in trouble. Don't want to get ourselves in trouble. So, but it looks like everything's really behaving on radar. Every time I glance over at it, it doesn't look too bad. But I'm probably in the most significant area of rain, or just kind of in that area at this point in time. No hail, all just rain. And I'm, again, to give you an idea of where I'm at, I'm between Bowie and Henrietta. Not too far away from Bellevue at this time. But I'm about to do some analysis to see what's going on with these thunderstorms. This storm doesn't look bad behind me. This is the one in Clay County. It doesn't look bad. So we might stay here on this one and not venture too much further south and southeast. I don't really see a point in it. This is probably our best bet to get anything good will be at this storm here. We may follow it as it moves up into Oklahoma. Thanks, guys. Thank you again for staying with me here on my page here this afternoon as we stream live coverage from the Comanche Nation Entertainment First Alert 6 Storm Tracker. I got the radar up right now, but I can switch and show you this. So as you can see, there's just not a lot. Other than just some general rain, there's just not a lot going on. Just looking at the sky, it's just a little bit darker back in there. That's where the heavier pockets of rain are located. That'll be, I'm about to come into Bellevue here shortly. That's where your heavier pockets of rain are located, are back in that area there. So I need a good safe spot to pull off, so I'll probably get one coming up here in a second. So I can give myself a little idea of what's going on. This is kind of the start of a little severe weather week this week. I don't think that we'll see severe weather here again this week, but I definitely think there'll be another big severe weather event east of here on Tuesday. We're talking about over in Missouri and those areas again. The rain's picking up here now. Yeah, as I get to Bellevue here in just a second, I'm going to pull over and try to get my bearings and see what's going on and see what I need to do. And that'll be here in just a second, and I'll give you an idea of what's going on there too. We do a lot of analysis. Well, I thought I was about to pull into Bellevue. This is kind of on the leading edge of all this stuff. Like I say, I don't really see anything here that's, at least visually from my standpoint, that's just very impressive. These are not supercells, although I do still think we could still get some. These are not supercells at this time. You know, this cluster of storms could wind up getting a little bit stronger as it jumps up there into. It may mature a little bit more as it tries to move northeastward. I just really need to get into a place where I can pull over and keep an eye on what's going on here. I got to get to a safe place. That's the key here, is a safe place. And there's that storm I'm kind of following. You can kind of see the darkening skies back off there to the southeast of me. That's where the heaviest rain would be. It reaches that darker color. So it looks like I'm going to be in this heavy rain for at least a few minutes. I could have pulled over there, I suppose. That's probably not a bad spot. Got the radar pulled back up for you there. It's a big cluster of storms is all it really is, to be honest about it. Nothing too organized at this time. I would at least like to see a little wall cloud or something like that. That'd be kind of cool to see, wouldn't it? And again, I'm not far away from Bellevue. I'm probably about 20 minutes or so from Bowie. Alright, I just ran out of the rain, so I'm guessing that I'm not too far away from Bowie at this time. This should be Bellevue here. Still getting some raindrops from time to time. You know, I got something going on above my head here. I'm not sure what it is, but we may have, this could be our mesocyclone here. And what a mesocyclone is the rotating part of the thunder. Now, thunderstorms rotate. So our supercell thunderstorms, when they become supercells, they rotate. And it looks like we may have that above my head here at this time. So let's try to see if I can show you that. So above my head here, kind of hard to see. But that's kind of what looks like that might be there. I'm in Bellevue now. I'm about to pull over at the. It used to be, I think, DW's. I think we used to stop and get you some coffee. I don't think it's anything now, but I'm gonna pull over here so I can do a little storm island analysis. So that'll be and kind of get my bearings on what is what here. So give me just a second, and if I see anything, I'll be sure to let you know. But yeah, I think that might be what that was. Is when we may be underneath the rotating part of the thunderstorm. So give me a second. But it's important. So I am in a safe place here. So all right, let's go to the radar here so we can kind of get an idea of what we've got going on. These storms just don't look that impressive to me on radar. They just really don't. They're just a big cluster of storms. That's what they really are. In fact, I can stop this from moving. You know, there are no supercells. Let's see if there's anything showing up in the velocity fields. And there's just not. I mean, there's little bits here and there. But, you know, not really anything, to be honest about it. Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's any type of rotation that might lead to some increasing hail threats. And, you know, I just don't see any really. I mean, there might be some trying to develop on this kind of south of Henrietta. And you can see the warning just expired too. You know, right now I just don't see anything. Nothing that gets, you know, jumps out at you. These storms are certainly behaving just like I thought they would. You know, just they're just not that significant. We can look at the radar site out of Fort Worth and see if there's anything going on with the storms a little closer to Bowie, and there's just not. Just not anything going on really. So it looks like, as of right now, it looks like we're probably going to dodge a bullet, I would think. Well, I wouldn't say dodge a bullet because we're never really expecting anything much with these. Of course, they could still change, but, you know, as of right now, I just don't see it much. Got some heavy rain moving through Henrietta at this time. Very heavy rain moving. It looks like the heaviest rain is now pushed out of Wichita Falls. So I'm in Bellevue, and you know, it looks like there might be a little hook there on that down towards Bellevue. Let's see if the below, and that might explain what I was seeing going on above me a second ago. Let me see what it looks like outside here. All right, I'm gonna drive down and turn around so you might can see what's going on here. It's pretty interesting looking storm. It nothing that's significant at this time, and certainly nothing tornadic. But because there's no circulations here at all with this thunderstorm, none. Still, it's like heavy rain on the east side of Wichita Falls, and there's going to be some heavy rain. There's also some pretty good storms up in Oklahoma, Duncan, Marlow. You know, as of right now, though, the only warning I see is extreme southeastern Monterey County. That's it. And there's really nothing developing back west of all that. So once this little wave of storms pushes through, that might be it. There are some storms west of Stephenville at this time. Now, those are some pretty big. That's a pretty big storm that's developed west of Stephenville. That's going to move, and that might be in a slightly better environment for it to perhaps produce some spin-ups down that way, maybe. But of course, we're focused on the storms we got around here, and it just looks to me like, again, none of these storms here they just don't impress me. You know, these are just clusters of storms pushing on through. No rotation, not really anyway. Yeah, nothing to get excited about. Nothing to get excited about, folks. So I'll follow this for a few more minutes, then I'll head on back in. I'll head on back in here in just a second. Oh, well, hi, Susan. Glad y'all are listening to me on my social media sites. You know, I've got view of the storm. Matter of fact, I can show it to you if you want me to. I'm just trying to check and see and make sure everything is working the way it is, and then I'll keep on driving on here in just a second. Looks like I am on my News Channel 6 page. Looks like I'm on everything. All right, good. Just looking at the radar real fast. Again, I am located in Bellevue, which is between Bowie and Henrietta. You know, nothing on the radar that looks ominous. In Wichita Falls, the heavy rain and threat for stronger storms about to end there here soon. You know, I just don't see anything here that just looks impressive at all, really. Of course, it could change, I suppose. I'm going to drive on down a little ways. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the vehicle around so you can at least see some stuff here. So, all right, so there I am. I'm at Bellevue now, and it's getting a little warm in here. So I'm about to get back on the road. Let these cars here pass me first. And then we'll kind of get out from this so we can take a look at it. It may be try to organize and get a little bit better organized. So you might see some L production increase it at some. But let me get on down the road a little way so you can see it. Boy, we have dropped out on viewers. We're down to 83. I know it kind of gets kind of boring. There's nothing interesting to see here, really. I know it does. So I was hoping to at least show you a little wall cloud or something like that this afternoon. Would be kind of interesting to see. I get to a good spot where we can take a look at things, I'll turn on around. And always so awkward when people drive past you and look at you. I know the car is cool and you get scared, but man, it is so awkward. Alright, so here's Bellevue. I just got to get a place where I can turn around so we can see the storm a little bit better. I'm kind of driving away from it. Always got to make sure you slow down in Bellevue because you will go through and it jumps from 75 to 55 fast. And they will give you a ticket. So you got to be careful. Slow down. That's always something you got to do here. So I hope everybody's having a great Sunday afternoon. Just some nice little thunderstorms pushing on through. You know, nothing that's too concerning. Always can use the rain, right? Just some showers pushing through where I'm at. And nothing looks ominous here. But I am about to turn around and face back to the west so you can have a better look at this. So we keep dropping viewers because I'm not showing you anything cool. So let's, well, shoot, I should have turned right there. There's a gas station coming up, and I think I'll turn around there. All right, so I'm going to turn, I'll turn right here. My cord keeps getting pulled. Give me just a second here. Yeah, I got Chaser saying, I'm calling off the chase. Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. These people thought they were going to see really good stuff, the tornadoes today. You know, all right, so here's what happens with all of this, okay? It's the hype that surrounds the Storm Prediction Center, okay? The Storm Prediction Center issues convective outlooks. And when they do that, they start talking about tornadoes and all that other kind of stuff. And you know, and again, I'm not putting the Storm Prediction Center down, because those guys are they're great forecasters. You know, they're some of the best in the business. You know, and they do a good job for the most part. But when they got like a they have like a checklist they go on. And when that checklist, whenever they see some things on there, they'll issue outlooks based upon that. But sometimes you got to do your own investigations and know how to forecast yourself, and know when the forecast is good for, know when the forecast is favorable for those things they're talking about. Like today, for instance, I knew today was a great day for at least some hail. But you know, tornadoes to me just didn't look like a good day for that. There just wasn't enough low-level shear. Although this storm here is starting to look a little bit better, I will say that. Right above me, I can see striations in the clouds. So that tells me that the mid-level there is some mid-level rotation in it, and it is trying to get its act together. It might get its act together once it jumps up north, maybe even into Oklahoma. So this storm is getting better organized. I can see that visually. You know, no wall cloud, but I can certainly see that this storm is visually getting better organized. I can see what looks like a mesocyclone. You know, the updraft trying to spin some, so I can see that in it. But you know, again, nothing ominous. But back to what they say. Like I said, the Storm Prediction Center does a good job. But whenever they start touting tornadoes, every freaking social meteorologist out there goes nuts with it. And like I say, sometimes you just got to be your own forecaster and know what you got going on, and do your own forecasting. That's what I tell everybody that comes into my station. And I don't understand why a lot of TV meteorologists are real bad about that. I don't understand why they verbatim go on what is being said there by the Storm Prediction Center. I don't get it. I don't understand it. You know, if you call yourself a meteorologist, you should do your own forecasting. Yeah, I definitely got something going on above me here. Definitely. I need to get to that spot where I can pull off. We definitely got something going on here. It looks like a developing wall cloud, perhaps on top of me here. So I'm going to pull over as soon as I can. All right, here's a place coming up I can pull over. I need to look at the radar, and I need to be able to kind of tell what's going on here. All right, let me turn around here so we can see. So if you look here, you can see these clouds here. There's something going on here. I'm not sure what it is, but there's definitely something going on here. You can kind of see how the clouds are kind of, they just like, and it could be a gust front. I don't know 100% what it is. So, but there's definitely a lot of lowering clouds in this area right here, and that may be a shelf cloud. Maybe what that is. Let me look at the radar. Yeah, there's no rotation on radar anyway. All right, well, I'm going to jump off of Facebook Live.